What's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here, and it is Wednesday, Thursday. It's Wednesday for me, Thursday. Who knows? One of these 2 days by the time I get this out. Hotfix 20.2.3 is now available, and I say it's a hotfix because it's pretty much quality of life changes, which is actually not a bad thing to have that type of stuff happen instead of always bringing new weapons and fashion and just stuff that doesn't really, help to get things fixed and resolved in the background, if you will. Or bring us to chances of newer actual content. So just a couple of quick QoL things I'll go through here, some changes and stuff with you guys. So in Captura, they did some additions where they're adding a toggle for the advanced time button. And they also added a drop-down menu option for various slow motion speed settings in the mode, just so you can play around with it a little bit more. In terms of Warframe changes, we have a couple here. So for Chroma, they fixed an issue where Chroma would deal no damage with his Vex armor being active. While it may sound like a simple fix, if you know how to use Chroma, you can understand. It's probably not a simple fix. Solving the Vex armor actually takes back to the beginning of Chroma. The original power creation, they used some less than ideal calculation methods to create Scorn and Fury effects. If you are an avid Chrome user, or Chroma user, you probably know the power maximizing this ability brings at some point in Chroma's future. We will need to revisit and use ideal methods for his abilities, is what they're saying. So they've kind of put less than ideal in to make it work, and they'll inform everybody well in advance before they do that and make that nerf change. I mean those additional QoL changes. And as you may know, obviously Oberon is currently under review at this time as well, so they updated the ability screen and HUD buff numbers to be consistent with other powers. Functionally, they remain exactly the same. They just start at 0% instead of 100% in regards to Chroma. Okay. On Limbo, the Cataclysm now deals different amount of damage over time.
Here is a terminal.
And 25% damage when Bubble is full size versus 100% at its smallest size. Okay, Cataclysm damage scaling now uses average health plus shield instead of total health plus shield of enemies within. It's a slight different calculation. We'll see how that plays out. I know I haven't really talked about Limbo since the changes, and I honestly haven't had a chance to really play Limbo for various reasons. So hopefully I can get into that and kind of get my thoughts going on it. But, it's all out there. Everybody's already done their thing, so no big rush. Nyx change is just something simple. Nyx is assimilate augment for absorb. No longer absorbs friendly fire. So that's a pretty big change there, if you will. And Banshee changes. They fixed a bug that would cause Banshee silence to last longer depending on your frame rate. So approximately 5% longer at 60 frames per second, and 30% longer at 30 frames per second. Oh, well, that's interesting. They buff silence's base duration to 10, 15, 20, and 30. So 20% at max rank, which now matches sonar. So you can cast them in tandem, so it's not like one will last longer than the other anymore, which is a nice change. Okay, some real changes here. Trading platinum will, while having free platinum, will actually now display a tip that tells you free platinum cannot be traded. Something that should have been done a long time ago on that one. Companion silhouettes no longer show in Captura. Okay, friendly Arcwing markers, Atlas, Rhino, Valkyr's custom HUD, and Inaris' Resurrect HUD are now affected by HUD scaling sliders in the interface options. So you can change all that stuff around. So, again, Arcwing markers, Atlas, Rhino, Valkyr's HUD, Inaris's Resurrect HUD can now be changed with the HUD scaling. So now they're really getting into the abilities to do some extra scaling on the screens of things that you can do. Move to Curia to a reachable area in the Grenier Shipyard tile set. They tweaked the Synoid Gamma Core's force feedback to be more consistent when you're using a controller. They reduced the Rift stasis weight of the Mutilus Quanta stackable projectile. Yeah. Okay. Remove the ability to friend yourself. Why can't you be friends with yourself? Come on. I'm friends with all three of my personalities. Anyway, remove the settings button on the lower right screen when adjusting your HUD margins. Apparently it was causing players to think that they were setting the HUD margins to default when they were actually changing them. They removed the Inasa Ayatin sculpture from the codex because currently there is no way to scan it. And they changed the caveat icons in mission progress, end of mission, and last mission results to consistently show your caveat's face, like the arsenal. Pablo claims this is because they have personalities. Okay, DE Pablo. And they added texture streaming prefetch hints to your loadout so that the mission progress and end of mission screens can appear faster. Okay, well that's a good thing. Now there are a whole bunch of fixes as well that are going on in here. Most notably that I could tell is in the raid changes. They fixed NPC spawning in view during the Law of Retribution Mission 2 and fixed issues with players being forcefully extracted from the Jordis Golem during the Jordis Verdict trial. So hopefully the crash that happens when going from Stage 2 to Stage 3 in JV gets fixed soon, because they didn't really mention that. Then some players who deal with that crash all the time can actually start playing it again. But right now they just fixed those two issues from what I can tell. I don't generally do the raids that much, if at all. I think I've only done them like once, and that was it. It's not really, to me, done correctly ever, and I don't know that they'll ever change it. It's not an end game. It's just whatever. So I'll put the rest up somewhere, probably on the non-community forums, or you can obviously go over to the Warframe forums and see all the other fixes that are out there. But that's it for now. Just checking in with you guys. A lot going on. Bad times with YouTube right now. They're pretty much screwing over my channel, along with millions of others, but I mean they're really screwing me pretty hard. So I'll get back to you guys on that update soon. Anyway, I'll catch you later. Thanks for tuning in.